So I just came back from a very good weekend trip with my friends, and in this episode, I'm just going to be talking about what happened. I've done this many times. Every time I've gone on a trip, I've just taken some time to reflect on it and talk about it on my show because this show for me is going to be like my time capsule. I'll be looking back on a lot of these episodes and kind of reminiscing on times past in my life. So I'm going to be talking about what happened on this little trip. So me and my friends, we managed to organize another trip. Obviously, a month ago, we went to Niagara, and that was super fun. But this time we went to a cottage. We did a cottage trip. My friend's family had a cottage, and they let him use it for the weekend. We were able to go up there and have some fun, and that's exactly what we went and did. So there are a couple of interesting things that happened on this trip that I just kind of wanted to touch upon. Obviously, we had great fun. We did pretty much what you would do at a cottage. We went, we ate good food. We did the barbecue, the grill. We had fun. We played a lot of poker, and it was super fun. We went to the beach, of course. Like we did pretty much everything you can think of doing on a trip. Obviously, we watched the Argentina game. I'll touch upon that a little bit. We watched the World Cup. I'll touch upon that a little bit. But pretty much, like you think about what you would do on a car trip and the fun times you will have with friends on that trip. We pretty much did all of it, and it was super good, and it was super fun, and I enjoyed it. And we might actually do it again. So I pre-recorded a few episodes that got posted while I was over there. I actually don't know how they did. I don't think they did that well because obviously usually pre-recorded episodes don't really do as well. But maybe maybe there's a miracle. Maybe something went well. I haven't even looked at them yet. Obviously, I'll look at them when I'm working on this video. But it was a great trip, and of course, if we do it in the future, I'll do the same type of thing. I'll pre-record episodes, and we'll have some fun, right? So it was a good trip. We basically kind of did like those types of things. We had fun, and that's really all that matters. It was a bit short. It was a bit of a short trip. Like it was only really 48 hours. We left like Friday night a little bit late. We left a little bit late, admittedly, and we got there. It was like past 8 o'clock. So we just got there, we ate food, we played some games, and we went to bed. We were in bed pretty late, but we didn't really do much. Saturday we went to the beach, we had some fun, but we woke up a bit late as well. And Sunday we spent a lot of time there on Sunday, so we came back a little bit later on Sunday because we decided yes we ought to stay there for a little bit longer, right? Because we didn't spend that much time there. But when we got home, when we drove back into the city, I realized it was only really 48 hours that we left. So it was a very quick trip, right? It was a very quick trip, but still, we had great fun. And obviously, if we do it in the future, we'll change a few things to make it last a little longer. But we had fun, and it was a very good time. And I think everyone that was over there would agree. So I'm here, and I kind of just reminisce on it, and I really just like appreciate the time that I spent with these great guys and the laughs we had and the moments we shared, of course. So a couple of interesting things that we talked about. Obviously, I drove there because I have my full license now. Like I talked about on the show, of course, before. I have my full driver's license. I drive on the highway, no problem. You can do that. So I drove there, and basically, what I learned is like, and I kind of knew this, but really, it was really evident. The farther outside of the city you go, the stupider the drivers are. And I don't know if that's the case in other places around the world, but at least in Toronto, that's the case. Like we went to this place called Barrie. We weren't in Barrie, we were a little bit outside of it, but Barrie is maybe like a semi decently big city, but not really. It's more rural. It's a more rural in nature type of thing. Nowhere near as big as Toronto. But we went there and we went like a little bit past there, but that was kind of like the main place. Like if you were gonna go, like if you had to drive somewhere to pick up groceries, you'd probably go to Barrie, right? If you like to actually do like a full grocery run, for example, you'd go to Barrie and you'd find somewhere to go in there, right? But it was still a little ways away. But out there, like I almost crashed because some guy was doing some like stupid thing on the road, right? I almost crashed, and I was like, we were like inches. We were talking inches away from something pretty bad happening. But luckily, we were okay. Luckily, nothing bad happened. But that was like okay, I actually have to like lock in a little bit more. Yes, like I already knew, like yes, going from like Toronto to Mississauga, drivers in Mississauga are like stupid, right? All sorts of crazy stuff happens in Mississauga every day. But yeah, it's like you go even further out, you're out there in Barrie, it's even worse. It's even crazier out there. No one really cares. No one's gonna let you in. Like if you're trying to change lanes, no one's gonna let you in. They're just gonna block you off, and you gotta be ready for it. You gotta kind of match their level of aggressiveness. And it's not even the same. Like I've been to Europe. I've lived in Europe. Like there's aggressive driving over there. Like people drive very stupid in Europe, but it's like it's a different type of thing. Like Like it really is just like in Europe, it's just aggressive driving, fast driving. You want to get to where you want to go, and maybe just like your education for driving was just not as advanced as it is over here, and that's okay. I'm all right with that. But out there, it was just pure stupid. Like it was just pure stupidity. It had nothing to do with just aggressiveness. It was pure stupidity that was happening out there. So so that's an interesting tidbit to note. And also something else that was interesting was the fact that when you're out there in these rural areas, people are just happy. Like more people are just like they're just happy. Like I don't know how to describe it. They just enjoy their lives. They're just nice. Like there's just nice people. You're never going to be out there in this rural area that we were in and find someone who's just mean, right? Everyone is just nice out there because it's just a beautiful thing. Like the city is miserable, man. There's all sorts of people that are just grinding, going through the hell of it, and just live truly miserable lives. But when you're out there in cottage country, right? You have a cottage, whether you're there for vacation or you just live there. A bunch of people just live up there. It's because they've made it. They've made it. They've lived their lives, and now they actually just can have a great time, right? And they go to the beach like every day and chill in the water. And it's like that's a beautiful life to have, and maybe something to note in the future for me what I might want to do because like yeah, like we saw people and we were on the beach with people and they were telling us how like it was a private beach and we had like a special pass to be able to park and stuff and be able to be there. But if we didn't have that pass, they were like they literally like, "Oh, you could have like parked the car with us in our house." And I was like dude, like that would never happen in the city like ever. No one would ever really like do that type of thing. Maybe some people, of course, but like the vast majority of people, when there's a city with millions of people, you're of course going to find some people that are good, but a lot that's just not it, right? A lot of people just it's just like you're in the big city, like people just are miserable, right? And it's just not the same. But out there, like the people were so nice, they were so hospitable, and it was like huh, like it was kind of eye opening to me a little bit. To the fact that it's like yeah, like it wasn't like it wasn't like paradise. It wasn't utopia. Like it wasn't like happy go lucky. Everything's perfect. Of course not. But in comparison to just a lot of the crap that goes on in this city, like in Toronto right now with all of this the negativity and it's like all of like just crazy people yelling and on the subway, on the bus, and just even on the streets and the corners and like all sorts. Like I've seen all sorts of angry confrontations between people and fights in recent times, and that's kind of where the world is going. That's where the city is going. That's kind of the direction we're heading in. It was kind of a breath of fresh air to say, you go out to a place and like random strangers, like they're nice people that actually like want to help you out and are very hospitable and just enjoy their lives, so they want to spread that joy to others as well. That's that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And I wish, like the truth is we need to have more of that. And in any way that you can possibly do that and be that type of person to other people, you should. You should because not only is that what God calls us to do, not only does God call us to be the light and salt of the world, he calls us to love others as he loves us, as Jesus loves us. He like it's not only that, but it's also like when you're nice to someone, they truly appreciate it. It's like I felt that when other people were nice to me, I truly like appreciate it. I was like, oh, like this is nice. Like this is a good place. Like people are chill here. Like you don't have to like you're not risking like some homeless guy like coming up and being a nuisance, right? Or some idiot, right? Whatever, like some stupid dude just coming up to you and being a nuisance in front of you, right? For the most part, like it was just a very good environment, very nice place to be. And like it was just great. So it was kind of eye opening in that sense, where it was like yeah, like the further you get outside of the city, at least in certain areas, like you're gonna be just encountering a lot nicer people. So for you in your life, that's definitely something you should note as well. Especially if you live in a big city, it's like you don't have to wait till you get out to cottage country to be like in this happy mood. You have to try and be nice to other people as well, and of course follow those teachings and follow those ideas, like treat others the way you would like to be treated, type of thing. But you should just do that anyway, right? Like don't you don't have to be just in cottage, right? Just even if your life's not so great, that doesn't mean you have to anger other people. It doesn't mean you have to hate other people, right? Just understand that it's like just be nice to others, even if your life's not great. But unfortunately, we live in a world, and I definitely live in a city where that's definitely not the case. Where a lot of people are unfortunately very unsatisfied with their lives, so they project it out into the world and into like just public, and you just see the negativity. It just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Is true. So it was really a breath of fresh air to have that again, and that's really the one thing I'd say. I wish it was longer, and I think everyone else would agree. I wish it was a bit of a longer trip, And we're definitely going to try and run it back. We're definitely going to try and do it again because we like everyone agrees that we had a great time and that it would be nice if we were able to do it for a little bit longer. But yes, that's what we dealt with, and that was the trip we went on, and it was fun. It was fun. It was enjoyable, and like I can't wait to do it again. Right? Can't wait to do it again. The last thing maybe that I wanted to talk about was maybe something that I have to work on myself. Of course, was we were playing a lot of poker. We played a lot of poker, and it was super fun. We had a lot of fun time. But like I kind of was, I was very emotional. Let's say like I lost and I'd be angry, right? Like it was fun. We had a lot of like banter within us as we were playing, but like yes, I have to maybe work on not being such a sore loser when I lose and trying to do a little bit better. So that's another thing to know. But of course, that doesn't take away from the trip. Of course, it was still such a fun trip. And final thing, right? We watched the World Cup stuff on Saturday. We watched England and Norway. England beat Norway, and that was like it was kind of like, it was honestly like a bit of a slow game, but it was unfortunate. A lot of us wanted Norway to win, but whatever, it is what it is. England are a good team. And Argentina, Switzerland. Of course, I'm an Argentina fan. If you didn't know, I'm Argentinian. Like my roots, my heritage, my background. I'm Argentinian and Portuguese. But unfortunately, Portugal got knocked out, and they didn't really have a good tournament. Argentina, they're in there, and they scraped by, man. They scraped by. They didn't perform well. They didn't play well. They scored an early goal, but then they let Switzerland onto them a little bit. We got lucky. We got lucky not because of the ref call, contrary to popular belief. We got lucky because Embolo decided to take a dive, right? And it's the right call. Without a shadow of a doubt, it's the right call. But we got lucky that the Swiss player made a stupid decision that allowed us to have an extra man and it allowed us to just kind of keep going, keep going, keep going. And then finally, it took until late into extra time, but a crazy, crazy moment of quality, an amazing goal from Alvarez, and then eventually Martinez scoring to make it 3-1. We ended the game and we managed to make it through. That was my prediction, by the way. It's like I'm going to talk about maybe a little bit more in depth after the semifinals are over, and I'm going to review that time. Like I made predictions a few days ago, and they were like I got it. Like I predicted 3-1 Argentina. That was the score prediction. That's how it ended. It took extra time to make it happen, but it was great. Like score prediction was actually exactly correct. Again, Argentina have not been comfortable. They have not looked very good, to be completely honest, in the knockout round so far. So we'll see what happens in Argentina versus England. But that was a fun moment because we were there. Literally, like everyone was super tired by that point. Like it was already like super late in the night. We were approaching like midnight. Everyone was asleep already. Like we were on the couch. Like it was five of us that went. Like two of them were sleeping. One guy was on his phone. The other guy was kind of like half and half. And I was the only one like actually watching the game because of course I'm the only one by that point that cared about the game because like they were super tired. And then when it happened, like I was out there screaming, and I woke them up, and like as I was screaming to celebrate the goals, and it was a crazy goal, and they managed to win it, and that was good. And then we just went to sleep right after because we were just dead tired. The night before we stayed up till like 3 a.m., but like we were trying to stay up late, but we just couldn't. Like we were all just kind of done, so we went to sleep and we went a little earlier. So so it's all good, but that was a fun moment. That was an interesting time as well. And yes, like let's go Argentina. They're gonna do it. They're gonna go all the way. And I hope that they can finally decide to put it together against a good team in England. Right? England haven't been that convincing either. Let's be honest. But it's gonna be a game that's gonna be scrappy, and I think it's not gonna be a very entertaining game, in my opinion. England versus Argentina. But it's going to be like the Switzerland game. It's going to be a moment of quality that will separate the two, right? Just as with England, Bellingham was the guy with the moment of quality, and Alvarez was the guy with the moment of quality in the Argentina game, right? So it's going to be a moment of quality that separates the two teams. I believe that. And France versus Spain, of course, I'll talk about it more so. Well, France versus Spain, I want Spain to win, but France are looking very good. But it's going to be close as well. Of course, it's going to be a very interesting set of semifinals. It's very big teams made it to semifinals, which is very interesting in the end that's how it ended up working out. I predicted it to not be the case, of course. I'll talk about it when the semifinals are over as I prepare and I preview for the final for the World Cup. I'll talk about the predictions I made, the good and the bad with the predictions. There were definitely some pretty appalling ones in there, but we'll find out what happens. And of course, of course, I'll talk about it and give my takes on all that stuff in a more deeper way in the next couple of days. So that's really it. We watched it at the cottage. Of course, we enjoyed the trip overall, and it was fun. It was fun. We ate like crap. We ate all sorts of the just garbage food throughout the entire time. So I didn't really have like a piece of fruit at all on the trip. So now this week, really, the plan is I just got to lock back in, kind of get back into the routine, into the diet, into the training plan. I'm going to go to the gym today, and we're going to kind of get back into the routine. Of course, I'm going to continue to do my coaching stuff. I'm going to try and actually be able to get registered as a coach. I still haven't been able to do that. Try and become a personal trainer. I'm still working on that. Of course, I'll make an episode talking about it when I actually end up officially being certified as a personal trainer. I'm going to work towards that as well. So that's what's happening. That is what's happening. And that's kind of how I have to work towards things this week. So the plan for the week is just to kind of get back into the routine, get back to eating healthy, just throw away all like unhealthy garbage. We ate like crap really on the trip. So that's like, that's just kind of to really put it into perspective, and really that's kind of understating it, but that's it. That's all I gotta say. It was a fun trip regardless. It's vacation, so of course you should definitely enjoy yourself a little bit. But now that that's done, I gotta move forward. We rejoice. We're gonna try and plan some other great things going forward in the future to have a great summer. I've talked about on this show as well before how I'm trying to just have a great fun summer before I have to lock in during the actual year again. So that's the plan. We're going to, as a friend group and with family, we're going to try and make that happen. We're going to try and have a great summer for all of us. So that's really all I got to say for today. That is me kind of talking about it and reviewing the trip. Very fun, very good times, very, very just great memories made with friends, and hopefully we can continue to make good memories in the future. So that's really all I got to say for today. I'm just going to now get back into the routine, get back into to everything, right? When it comes to growing as a person and improving in my life and getting through the things I need to get through for this week. That's kind of the plan for me going forward. And that's it. That's all I got to say. So I rejoice in that trip. This is basically my reflection as to what happened. And I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope that in your life as well, you go and you make some great memories with the people around you, because that's what you got, right? You got the chance to live this life. And it's a beautiful thing. This is how I'm going to end off this episode. It really is in relation to the cottage trip. It's in relation to me and my friends planning trips like this. You only got one shot at this thing called life. And that perspective is something that has really hit hard with me in recent times. You only got one chance. So what are you doing wasting the time, right? What are you doing making bad decisions? You only got one chance at it, right? What you do will be what you do, and you're not really going to be able to change it. You might always have regret based on decisions you make. But you should always at least try to make the decision that you think will put you in a better position going forward in life. Because you only got one chance. You only got one chance. You're not going to have the opportunity to go back and do it again. So always have God as your foundation while you do anything in your life. Lean on Him, because faith is the most important thing that you will have in your life. And make the right decisions when it comes to your life going forward. And spend as much time making as many great memories as you possibly can with the people you truly love in your life. That's really my ultimate message when it comes to this life. You only got one shot, so you got to make the most of it. You don't want to waste years and years of your life just pure hard grind work mentality thing. Like it's not going to be fruitful for you. But at the same time, you do have to work hard. You do not want to just be lazy and do nothing with your life. Of course, you need to find the balance, and that's the answer, right? You need to work hard, but at the same time, you also want to be able to let loose and have some fun, because again, you only have this chance once. And you're not going to do it again, right? So truly cherish those moments, enjoy it, work hard, but also enjoy the time and spend great time with the people that you love around you, and put your faith above all else as you live this life. That's my ultimate message, and that's really the way I will kind of put a bow on this episode and wrap it up. So thank you for watching this episode of the 365 podcast. That's all I got to say for today. Please like the video, subscribe on YouTube, follow on Spotify. Watch some of the episodes I made last couple of days. They were pre-recorded ones, but I think they were decently interesting. So let me know what you think of them, and let me know what you think in the comments of this episode. Show your support on this show in any way that you can. That tells me that you enjoyed it by showing your support, by doing what you can to just interact with this video in any way. But even you just being here and watching up until this point, I appreciate you for being here, and I'm very thankful that you are still here, and I really do Hope you enjoyed it. So thank you for watching this episode of 365 Podcast. That is really all I got to say for today. I do rejoice that we had such a great time on this cottage, but on this cottage trip. But now it's time for me to move forward and continue to be on the grind in my life. So that's kind of the transition I'm going to be making in this day and tomorrow probably as well. So thank you for watching. Continue to glorify God every day throughout your life. And as always, I'll see you tomorrow for the next episode of the 365 Podcast.